Well, good evening. Welcome back to VP4 Online. Welcome to VP4 TV. We're here. We're back for Friday Night Nine Ball. Excuse me. Last check, we had 15 in. There was one spot left, and with about 7 minutes to go, I think there's still one spot left. Well, according to that, it's now showing 16 in, which is a bit weird that it's still showing it's in sign-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Somebody must have withdrew. Have I read that wrong? No, it says, oh no, it's 16 players maximum. That's what I'm reading wrong. Yes, I have read it wrong. There is only 15 in. So there's still time for anybody that's interested to get signed up. Quick mention on what's upcoming on VP4 TV. We've got two big matches over the weekend now. The hot seat match has been scheduled, but the first match we have will be tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and that's the one loss side match in the VP4 2022 Black Ball World Championships, and that's going to be between Larry from the USA, semi-pro from the United Kingdom, kicking off at 1900 British Summer Time, which is 1400 Eastern Standard Time at 11 AM Pacific Time, and that will be a race to 11. And then on Sunday, early evening, British Summer Time at 18:30 hours or 6:30 PM, we have the hot seat match between Albinario from Sweden and Cobra, who I think is from the United Kingdom as well. I'm not sure whether I think he's got the UK flag. So that will be a race to 13 to see who's going to go all the way to the final. Now, Albinario is looking to do it 2 in a row here because he won the last major tournament, the Straight Pool Virtual World Championships, and he's got this far on the winner's side, as has Cobra. But as we all know, something has to give. Somebody's going to have to move over to that one loss side. So I will have both of those matches, and if you can't be there at the time to watch them and join the stream, then they will be up on my YouTube channel. So about 4 minutes to go now. Well, we were full up last week with about 50 minutes to go before this tournament started last week. Last Friday night we had a match on as well in the Black Ball tournament. Let's have a look. Well, according to that, the event is now closed now, so we've got 16 in. According to that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's another full house this week again. So people are turning out for events as long as they're scheduled on a regular basis. And Friday Night Nine Ball's one tournament that has been going on for a long time. I mean, I remember as far back when I first started playing Virtual Pool 3 online, Friday Night Nine Ball used to start at 9 o'clock at night. Now you can imagine what times it would then finish, but the only thing I would say then is back in that time, in VP3, the tournament system only had single elimination. It didn't have double elimination. And so Friday Night Nine Ball was, you lose, you're out, and that's it. So it still could take well up to midnight and beyond sometimes to get it completed. And that, of course, depended how many people were signing up to it. But it's different now, of course. We've got Friday Night Nine Ball which is double elimination, race to 7 on the winner's side, race to 4 on the one loss side. Good evening to Chimpy. I think you're the only person in the building. So it's good news again, full house, and we will peruse through the bracket and see where we're going to go first, because we're looking for good matches. We're not. We're looking for some decent quality, and also some matches where the handicap could come into play. There's one straight away. MC Clarkey and Bankster at the top of the draw. We've got Sylvia against Christian, Larry against John Boot, DJ Simon against Sangetsu, Chimpy against Spectre Dawn. Oh, that'll be a good match. I think that's the one we're going to be watching. Sergaresh against Michael. Is that not the guy that's got behavioural problems? This guy Michael. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody called Amy, who I don't think I've ever seen, against Travelling TT, and Jez Dev against I presume that's Mimic or something like that. It's got symbols and stuff in it, so I presume that's maybe the name that's meant to represent. But that's the draw, the bracket, and of course that will then click into gear once we get to the top of the hour, which is barely a minute or so away. Larry's in getting some practice, I see. Trying to get used to the 9-ball table again. Welcome everybody. Oops, I've just run over my mic cable, my headset cable. Hang on. That's better. So these black ball matches, well worth watching, I believe. Larry against Semi Pro and Albinario against Cobra on the Sunday. Not to be missed. Especially want to see some good competition. That's what we're hoping for. Right. Any second now, I think we will be good to go. We've certainly just gone past the hour. We can't be far away. And the rooms have gone up. There's supposed to be a black ball tournament running at the same time as this, but I don't think they get many people signing up to it. It may well have been cancelled. So the rooms are up. We will head in, and I'll change the cloth colour when I've got time. Change it to blue. So we'll lag for the break, and it's a handicap tournament. Just a reminder, it's Moneyball handicapping, and this looks like Chimpy's getting the 8-ball again, which is a generous handicap. And it looks like Spectre Dawn won the lag. Break is dry, I think. I don't know whether you can see enough of this 1-ball. Well, might be able to get enough of it to try and run it into the rail and maybe off that 8-ball. It's hard to say. No, maybe not. Well, Spectrodon played the safety there. I'm surprised he didn't go for the billiard and stun off that one ball and run into the 9 and 8 ball. There's a strong chance that 8 ball would have been in. The only problem is you don't know where the 1 ball's going to end up. But I think Chimpy, of course, took the opportunity because his money ball is the 8 ball, and Spectrodon may well be regretting the fact that he didn't play the billiard. He could have played a firm stun on that 1 ball and stunned into the 9 and 8 because the 8 was in a dangerous position, and it's more or less in the same position it was 2 minutes ago. And Chimpy played the shot to run that cue ball onto the 8 and got a very quick rack to start him off. So Spectrodon didn't spot the danger there, but he should have. And he should have taken evasive action to try and at least get that 8 ball out the way. Welcome to Cobra. The only worry now for Chimpy is to be able to see this 8 ball. Now, you can certainly see enough of it from here, but dare you want to try and get right down here to play it, because you've got to get into a very narrow spot to play the 8 ball. I think he's probably going to just leave the cut. He's looking at it to make sure he can get to the 8 ball, which he can. And he's got to get this nice and thin, because he could push this onto the knuckle like that and hang it up. So Spectrodon has got out of jail. Now, does he go straight forward here and check it? I think he could just hit it plain ball. But that's one that's got away. I mean, you could certainly get to the 8 ball. There was not a problem in being able to see that 8 ball, but you had to get it nice and thin, or else it was going to catch that point. And with the deeper shelves on these tables, there's always a chance that ball will just hang. So 1 rack all. Spectrodon's break, of course. Winner breaks and a ball on the break. And, well, I suppose this is the important one, just getting good in the 2, because the rest of it is join the dots and he should be out. Difficult to see where this is going to go wrong. I was watching a video on, you know who Darren Appleton is? I was watching a video on YouTube today, and it was Darren Appleton that posted the video, and I hadn't heard anything about this carry on that was going on. Where he was on to give his description of what happened, which basically has resulted in him being banned from at least 2 of the matchroom events that are coming up. We've got the big event next week, the UK Open, and there's also the World Cup of Pool, I think, which is a doubles tournament which he was intended to play with Jason Shaw. And apparently Darren Appleton has been given a suspension, which is a result of what happened in the World Championship 9 ball that was on last month, or what, a month and a half ago or something, maybe a wee bit longer than that. Can't remember how long ago it was. But apparently he's been given a suspension because after he lost the match and ended up going out the tournament. He was asked to take a dope test, but he'd already had one in the United States, which is obviously a different governing body. And he had one like a few weeks before when he was in the States, and then he was asked to take one over here. But this was done just after he'd lost his match, so he was a bit pissed off, and he was giving dogs abuse to people. And he got reported and blah, 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 blah. So he gave a full explanation in the video as to what happened. So he has been banned from 2 of the major events. I'd never heard anything about it. I knew absolutely nothing about it. And I was watching that tournament as well. That's the wee one I call Shrek. Darren Appleton. So Spectre Dawn, quick response to Chimpy's quick first rack, and that hasn't hit a rail. So ball in hand for Spectre Dawn with a 3-1 lead here. Now, well, he's got to check this up and go back across the table. He's left one of these awkward cuts. Welcome to Hog. Welcome to Mark. And I don't know who that is that's sneaked in. Welcome anyway. I think it's somebody in disguise. Well, Spectre Dawn has missed a ball. Chimpy's ready to pounce. But again, with this ball being in the pocket, these are awkward. I don't care what anybody says. These are the most awkward shots in the game. And trying to control the cue ball. But that will do. Now, does he go forward and inside? Yes, he does. What's happening with these leagues, Steve? Ah, did you? Well, what? I mean, are you talking about coming in there or coming into what do you call it again? Because I'm not in there. I'm never in there unless I'm doing a tournament, and I don't do it in a Friday night 9-ball. What do you call it again? Discord. Well, there's a result in straight away, and Michael, who signed up, has. This was a guy that I thought was a bit of a nutcase. This guy, Michael. I might be wrong. Somebody can correct me in that, but I heard sort of bad things about this guy, Michael. Maybe I've picked up the wrong name, but anyway, he's either not showed up or he's done a runner, one of the two. Yeah, believe it or not, I think there's still too many people out there who haven't a clue about how to message support. I've tried to tell them. I mean, all you do is hit the support button, and it puts the the support as the contact that you're sending the message to. It couldn't be simpler. Oh, look at the 9 ball. Well, this racks over quickly. The only problem is, did Chimpy get a ball? No, he didn't. So Spectre Dawn. Very quick response here again to open up the gap. And now he's got to find the gap though, because he's not got much room if he's going to try and nudge this one down onto that 9. And if he doesn't, he's got to be careful where he puts the one. Yeah, well, he's done it a roundabout way, but he got there, ran into the 8 onto the 9. Well, that rack was never going to be quick. Slow, sorry. Right, now here's a quick demonstration while this match is going on. Right, I've done it before, and I've done it in 2 or 3 of the streams. You go to the support tab up top, you go down to the contact, you hit the message, it's already saying that it's going to be sent to support. You type in there VP4. Oh, I've muted myself again. Yeah, I keep leaning on my space bar. That's the easiest button I can press for the mute so that I don't hit this. If I do that, that causes all sorts of nasty noises. Anyway, you saw what to do to contact support. Couldn't be simpler. Well, I don't know whether you heard me say it, but I think you should send out mail shots, Steve. In fact, more to the point, tell us how many people have actually contacted you. Is there only like 3 people? Me and 2 others, or is there like half a dozen? There can't be that many if you're still asking for people. So Spectre Dawn has got himself hooked. Chimpy has to respond if he can get a shot after this. Try and keep himself in this match. Well, I thought that was more than enough. Well, that would be that would be what, 6 teams of 2, or are you looking for like 3 teams of 4, something like that? Well, that's true. Yeah, probably those 6 if you set it for like a Tuesday night, you know. Out of those 12, 6 might only show up. Well, Chimpy's chance is gone. Left himself an awkward cut in the 4. Somewhere over on the right side, I would imagine, unless he's want to still come down the left side of this 4. Oh, he's had to jump. Well. Chimpy might get another chance here. Can only see the edge of the 5. Yeah, I suppose he could try a cross bank if he hit it hard enough and try to send it over into the pocket. If it didn't go, it would be somewhere near or behind that the 8 ball. But that'll do. Well, I'm no expert at jumping in VP4, but what I do know is that if you're going to jump longer, you have to have the angle of the jump cue lower to the bed of the table. Instead of like you're trying to do a short jump, you jack it up higher. If you want to jump longer, you have to angle that cue lower. And of course, then the secret is finding out what the angle is to do that. And then, of course, there's a threshold where if you go below it, you won't be able to jump at all, I don't think. Well, Chimpy has had chances, but he's now finding himself 5-2 down. Inspector Don, another ball in the break. Now this one, now what angle's he got there? Is he going to try and come back for this 5? Yes, he is. But now he's got a problem. He's got to try and I think is he trying to thin the 5 and come out behind this 8 and 9, or is he trying to draw into it or stun it? Yeah, he's took the risk, ran into the 9, but he's still in play, so that will do. And a perfect angle on this 8 ball just to stun it in and drop onto the 9 for a 6-2 lead. Long way back now for Chimpy. And that one's dry. 1 ball over the side pocket, and the immediate problem is dropping down very softly to have a shot in the 2, and the 2's got half a pocket. Now, it's not a combo with the 8 ball, or at least it's not set. So there's a very narrow gap if you're going to try and drop down in that 2 and take it in past the 3. And now he's got neither here nor there. So we'll just try to run for cover. Now, Spectre Dawn might try banking this onto the 3 ball. It's quite a margin of error, this shot. If he gets it to there, well, he's not played it. Well, he could try cutting it into the side, but it's probably easier cutting it up table and using the 8 ball just to hold for the 3. I mean, it looks as if he's going into the side. I think he might have been better going for it up table and running into the 8 to hold for the 3. And this 2 ball needs to be punched into the rail to clip that 3. And he's not played it either. Well, he'll regret doing that because this is just a dead set combo now. He should have played a little kick into the rail there to pot that 3, Chimpy. And that might be his last shot. Alright, it's looking ominous now. So, got a choice as to where he goes here. He could stun around a couple of rails, or he could just come down in a straight line like that. And this match is over. Well, that just shows you again. It's what I say. You know, you can have whatever money ball handicap you want, but if you don't really get many shots, you don't get use of it. And that's exactly what happened there. Spectre Dawn comfortably through, 7 racks to 2. So that's the only 2 matches that have gone through. The one where Michael didn't show up, and the one we've just been watching. So let's see how things are doing. We've got MC Clarkey 5-3 up against Bankster. That looks like a scratch match as well. Sylvia is 6-2 down against Christian. Christian getting 7 and out. And Larry and John Boo 4 racks all. Let's go in and watch that one. You've got DJ Simon and Zangetsu 5 racks all. Let's see the end of this one. So, John Boo getting the 8 ball. Oh, Larry's running to the 6. Oh, he's lucky. That was almost...
Where's the cue ball going?
And a bit of travel with the cue ball. Needs to clip the left side of the 8, but it needs to stay in the table. Well, this is pretty straight. He's got the spin working though. Little bit of left spin just to help the cue ball on its way. So Larry with a slender lead. Now I think that was the 4 ball that's gone in up top. And no real shot in this 1 ball. Now he's got an easy safety here. But he's got to get the cover. Can send that 1 ball back up the table towards us and send the cue ball in behind the 2 and 5. And he's got it tight. And that's the ones I like, because you're not jumping over these. This is where you've got to try and pick a line. And it might be worthwhile giving it a bump into the rail and trying to get the jump working. That was unlucky. That was a good effort. So, Larry with ball in hand. 2 ball goes past the 5. And everything's on. And there's the result through. DJ Simon has beaten Zangetsu. 7 racks to 5. And also a result just gone through as well. Christian getting a good handicap against Sylvia has made the most of it for a 7 racks to 3 win. Well, back across the table twice would be the order of the day here, but don't scratch in the side pocket if you're heading up table. And he's played that fairly well. So is John Boo going to get a shot at this 8 ball in these last few racks, because Larry's now in the hill. Point of no return for John Boo. And Larry's the ball. And well, he's not really got a great shot in this 1 ball. I mean, he's probably just banking it back towards the 6 and ducking for cover, but Larry's just gone all out to try and thin it, but I don't think he got any of it. Or did he? He must have got a feather's edge of it. But John Boo has his chance. Now, Larry had a perfectly easy safety there. He could have banked that 1 ball back towards the 6 ball there and send that cue ball right down here past the 3 on the bottom rail by the 9. It was a perfectly easy shot to play, but Larry went all out there on really a pretty impossible thin cut edge on that 1 ball. But John Boo's not got himself great in the 3 here. This is all about the pace, whether you want to finish short like that or run up the table and then rely on having some sort of half shot in the 5. So this was the easiest shot to give you an open shot at the 5. Now, anything but hooking yourself behind the 7. And this match looks over if that cue ball can just follow the 8, which it can. So Larry's home and dry here. So Larry wins by 7 racks to 4. Let's have a quick look and see what else there is still going on. Well, that Larry match will update in a second or two. DJ Simon's already through. Spectre Dawn is already 1-0 down against Sergaresh, who I think is getting the 8 ball. Further down, we've got Amy against Travelling TT. Amy is 6-2 up. We've got Jezdev trailing by 6 racks to 4 against Mimic. And the one lost side, we've got John Boo and Zangetsu about to start. So, what one will get? Let's go in and see. I mean, there's people I've not seen. Let's go in and see who this Amy is. Probably match is finished in the time it's taken me to get in here. Now, where's Amy from? This isn't one of these. Oh, Amy's from Scotland. This isn't one of these guys dressed up as a woman again, is it? With a voice changer and all of that stuff. Oh, it's got to be a girl. She likes ponies. She likes ponies, daisy chains, and fluffy puppies and rabbits. So this is a scratch match. No handicap. Well, that 8 ball will go in if that 4 ball's got legs. And it just got there. Well, the further that goes up the table, the easier the pot in the 5. And the cue ball's going to be running into the 6. But I don't think you want to be hitting this too hard because you'll push the 6 ball to the side rail safe. Something along those lines. I mean, it still cuts, but it's not easy. Well, travelling TT's got all the work to do. But here's a chance to get one back. So let's see what the technique's like here. Because this just needs to go forward and around the corner and out. You got to hit it though. You got to hit it. Now again, this shot, perfectly simple shot. You just need to jack up a little bit to stun it to the rail. Maybe a wee bit help and spin. And then you see you've got to get that technique right. And this is where you can see the difference in the level of players where they're not executing the shot properly. There's another result through. Well, the other result is the fact that Michael hasn't shown up, and Chimpy has got a bye through to the next round on the one loss side, and MC Clarkey has beaten Bankster 7 racks to 5. Meanwhile, Amy trying to finish this match. Where's the cue ball going? Oh dear. Wrong one.
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, I've not got a clue what happened there. My game just died on me there. Anyway, I don't know what's happened. That match still going on. Is that match still going on with Amy? I think it is. Ah, and it hasn't saved my cloth colour either. That's a weird one. I just went back to the default colour. Anyway, Amy missed the 9 ball, and Travelling TT still alive. And I'm on the wrong screen. That's better. Right, let's have a look at this. I mean, nothing to do with the cue ball other than cut the 3 in. Just got to watch the pace. Now with this one, you've got a choice. You can either sort of draw off this 5 with a bit of spin just to come a bit like that. That's pretty good, but in fact, let's have a look at the angle. Is there anything there? You might be able to pinch a wee bit of angle here and get it running. It needs to hit at half ball, and it hasn't. Half ball, that would have been fine, but it's run right into it. And Mimic has beaten Jesdev 7 racks to 5. Now we've got a rail there. Yes, we have. So Travelling TT. No real shot here. I mean, could just try sending that 7 ball to the rail and trying to keep the cue ball behind the 9. That isn't it though. That was not the shot. Right idea, but you've got to take evasive action with the cue ball when you play that shot. And that's an easy out for Amy to win the match. Oh, where's the cue ball going? Oh dear. Well, I talk about executing shots, and you can see where players are lacking that knowledge and application. You know, you just take 2 seconds to watch that cue tip, and you don't do something silly like that. And this is where players have got a lot to learn when they're doing really silly stuff like that. A straight in 9 ball and just hitting it above centre, so that cue ball's got momentum and it just follows it in. What are we talking about? I missed that. What are you talking about in this chat? But this is what if players are going to learn anything, they're going to learn not to do the most numptish of shots, like following a ball in when it's just a simple roll in, a little jabby stun to stop the cue ball, and it pops and the cue ball doesn't follow it in. That's the most obvious rookie error that you're ever going to see in VP4. And Travelling TT's been kept in this match. This match should have been over 10 minutes ago. Well, if it keeps running, the 9 will block the pocket, which I think it has done. Or has it? Let's have a look. Well, pretty much so. Tried a little billiard. Now, Travelling T got to draw this to the rail and the knuckle rather than right on the 9 ball. This could follow it in a bit like that, but he's missed a hit, or he or she's missed a hit. I don't know who's who, but the 9 ball now in a precarious position. And little billiard onto the 9. Well, that's a better shot. So Amy finally gets over the line and beats Travelling TT by 7 racks to 4. Right, so let's have a look at the bracket. See where we've got to. Set this clock. So we've got MC Clarkey, 1 rack all with Christian, and Christian's getting 6 and out. Larry is now 2-1 up against DJ Simon. Spectre Dawn is 3-2 up against Sergresh. Sergresh getting the 8 ball. And Amy is now going to play Mimic. So we'll go in and we'll see Larry against Simon. So Simon is player 2 getting the 8 ball. And he's not got that 2 ball safe. What we try to say, Amy Sylvia. No way in this earth is that Sylvia. She would never have played that shot. Can guarantee you that. Now that we're talking, whatever happened to Shooters Pool Pro? Where did he end up going to? We've never seen him since that, however long ago that was. What tournament was it he was in? We've never seen him since, unless he's somebody that's changed his name again. He's never been back to VP4, unless he's had a change of ID. Meanwhile, Simon, who just needs the 8 ball, and is dead straight in the 7 ball, but he's got the draw perfect there. And all I needed to do was dangle out the bait, and somebody would take the bait, and Cobra dive straight in with a semi-pro line. And this is I don't know how many balls Simon got in the break there, but he's certainly not got many left in the table after it. Again, all about pace. The cut and the 3's easy. It's just about the pace in the cue ball. Now he could have done with coming down with a bit of checking the cue ball there to bring this cue ball more that line to make this 5 ball easier, and also make it easier to get on the 7. Now he's having to do a bit of trekking here, and that's what can happen. Got himself hooked. Well, he's trying a jump shot, but he had 2 chances of getting that. I'll let you work out the rest. That was never going to happen. Yeah, never ever are you going to jump at that distance in VP4. You'll jump, but you'll jump straight down into the blocking ball, like Simon did. So, Larry back into the lead, and we've got a mess down the bottom of the table, so he's certainly not running this table unless he got really good in the 2. So he's done the sensible thing, ducked for cover, and got Larry in trouble, I should say. I thought that was Larry that was at the table. It is now. Well, even with this ball in hand, the first thing Simon's got to do is get high on this too. Now, he's got ball in hand, so he should be able to do that. I mean, you just make sure that you're bringing back for a line where the cue ball is sort of finishing there, and you can maybe hit this firm and stun onto the 4 and open up the 3. Oh, but mind you, I forgot it's ball in hand where the 8 ball is a money ball, didn't I? I forgot about it there again. How many times is that so far? That's just the once a night. But don't be counting them because we'll make a lot more of those. So all of a sudden it's 3-all. Now, does that 2 ball go past the 9? Let's have a look. No, it doesn't. You know what I was watching? In fact, there must be a big tournament going on in Russia at the moment. I was watching a Russian billiards match. In fact, the guy that was streaming it actually had 4 matches he was live streaming. And you want to... It's just... it must be one of the most frustrating games ever to play that game. Where's this cue ball ending up? Well, this will jump. So Simon's got another chance to see if he can escape this one. Now, obviously, we had a look at the 2 ball. It doesn't go past the 9. A little billiard. How would you call that? A billiard jump? Or a jump billiard? Anyway, it worked. Now this needs to spin and run, and it has done. And that will do very nicely indeed. Thank you very much. Get out of that, Larry. Straightforward enough kick if he can find the line. It might be behind the 8 ball, though, I don't know. Yeah, I think he tried to play that with left English on the cue ball to affect the angle when it hit this bottom rail. But he could have possibly went inside the 8 ball, maybe with a bit of left spin. I don't know whether that... In fact, looking at that, I don't think the line was there. So he had to try and do tricks with the cue ball there to get the hit in the 2. But that's how you get the reward if you play a decent safety. And Simon's now got to deliver. Only needs up to the 8 ball. Oh, he would have liked to have avoided that 9 ball. Testy 6 ball. Now he doesn't want to be running too far. And another little testy 8 ball. Just pocket pace, give it every chance to drop in for a 4-3 lead. Now, hang on a wee minute so you can get this to work. Quick reminder on the 2 Virtual Pool 4 2022 Black Ball matches that are coming up this weekend. The first match we have is on Saturday evening, 7 PM British Summer Time. The match between Larry and Semi Pro, race to 11. And then on the Sunday early evening at 6:30 British Summer Time, we've got Albinario against Cobra, race to 13. It's the hot seat match on Sunday night. So I hope you can join us. Remember, if you can't, it will be on YouTube. Meanwhile, back to the match. Simon has broke off. He had a ball. I think he must have played safe or missed one of the two. But he's back in with a chance to extend his lead. And for those of you who didn't see the match the other day there, the match with Tommy and Zangetsu, Tommy just seems to be, I mean, he was slow at warming up in that match, but he seems to be getting stronger as the tournament goes on. He's going to be the dark horse that everybody wants to avoid. But after Sunday night, somebody, either Albinario or Cobra, is going to be coming in the mix on the one-loss side. And that is perfect. So Simon opens up the gap. Well, I was saying perfect. Perfect in the 7-ball. Now, if this comes to the middle of the table, that's a perfectly good shot. That's not bad at all. I mean, again, it can be jumped. Problem is how much pace that you can inject into this hit on the 8-ball. Well, Larry's went all out. Where's this 8-ball going? Oh, well, I think it's still on for Simon. Yep, you can see enough of it. So now it definitely is a 2-rack lead with the break. And the ball flowed into the corner. The 2 balls followed it. A shot in the 1. 3-ball up table. 5 next to it. And then getting from the 5 to the 6. The rest should be fairly simple because the 7 and 8 are sitting side by side down the bottom right. So this is just about controlling the cue ball. So Sylvia has beaten Bankster on the one-loss side 4-3. And Zangetsu survives in a final rack decider as well against John Boo by 4 racks to 3. Meanwhile, Simon doing the business here and going to be on the hill in about 15 seconds time. Now this time it's definitely dry. And Larry, of course, now is in no miss territory. He can't afford any errors. And he's got to get on the spot so he can play this cut in the 4-ball. And this is a very narrow window to get into, to get to the edge of that 4. And that isn't it. I mean, it's off the rail. Again, the cue ball's bouncing up and down the table here. Yeah, very, very difficult. Well, the bank is there for Simon. He's got to hold the cue ball though. In off the 9. Excellent. Cue ball, of course, now leaking away from the 5. And hitting the 9 has done him another favour there. Because the cue ball, I don't know where it was ending up. Well, this match is over. Straightforward 7. Drop the 8 in. And it's hasta la vista. So Larry moves over to the 1-loss side. Simon marches on by 7 racks to 3. So there's a spate of results have come in. And we now see that MC Clarkey against Christian, who's getting 6 and out. Christian is 4 racks to 3 up. Spectre Dawn is 6-4 down. 5, is that 5 or 6? 5-4 down. No, sorry, 6-5 up. I can't bloody read these scores. And at the bottom, we've got Mimic 4 racks to 1 up against Amy. So I think we'll have a quick look in and see how Sergeresh is doing here. Well, he's at the table and he's getting the 8 ball and he's got a chance to take this to a final rack decider. Well, he can't avoid the 8 ball. He's going to hit it. If he hits it thin enough, he'll push it into play and still have a shot. And that will do. Now, he's got a hold of the cue ball to make sure he's not going near the pocket up in the corner. So Hill, and with the break, six ball goes in, and 1 ball. Well, again, a bank is available. The 2 balls blocked by what looks to be the 4 ball up top. I don't know whether the range is any different with the different jump cues in VP4 because I've only got the one. I haven't. Well, put it this way: I don't have the black one. I've got the other one. Well, that'll do as a safety. Well, this is a great chance to get distance on this 1 ball. Thin cut the right side of the 1 and run for cover down the bottom here amongst these balls. That's what I'd be doing. He's gone for the bank. He's got it. But he had to get a good line out onto this too to be able to play the combo. Can still have a go at it. And that was well done. Now, anywhere out in the right side of the table as we look, we'll give him a shot in that 3. Now this is definitely running into the 8 ball. And depending how thick he hits this 8 ball, he might not be able to see the 5. Well, he's drawing into the cue ball to try and avoid it. If he gets into it too much, he could have scratched, but that's exactly what's happened. He would have been hooked in the 5 pretty much. He might have been able to see the edge of that to cut it, by the way. I think he might have been able to get enough of that. Looks like it. But Spectre Dawn has a chance to get this match over and done with. Well, couldn't avoid running into the 5. And you'd feel he's got to have a go at the bank. That's well done. Again, got to get into this cue ball. Get into it enough so he's sitting good on the 8. Yeah, I mean, it was easy enough to pot the 7, but potting the 7's no good. You've got to get good on the 8. And that's why he ended up missing that 7. He had to play the power shot, and Sergeresh marches on. So we've now got a lot of battling going on in the one-loss side, because Spectre Dawn's heading over there right now. Sergeresh goes through by 7 racks to 6. So, what have we got now? Well, we'll dive in to the MC Clarkey Christian match, because it's tied up at 5 racks all. MC Clarkey at the table. And I think he's got a good angle on this 7. He wants to drop down in the left side of the 8 ball. And that's perfect, as long as he's got an angle. And he's got an angle. Just get the cue ball running, and he should be sitting good in the 9. I would have run it a bit more than that though, leaving the bedhead cut. Oh well, that's what happens. You don't get good. I mean, look at all the room that he had on that table there. I mean, he gets to there when he could have been down to here. And Christian, well, that's his last shot in this rack. But he should never had a chance there. So Matt, 1 away, gets a ball. Is he going to have a sight in this 1 ball? I think he has, but look at where the 2's gone. I mean, this will be a good shot. He's not got much to work with the cue ball where it's stuck. And the 2 ball is ducked away behind the 5. This looks good. But just keeps running. He will take that. But now, ideally, he would want to either hit the 4 or hit the 7 so he can at least stop this end of the table. And he doesn't want to run behind the 8 though. Well, he's going to have to get the stick out. There was always a likelihood of that happening, but he had to use one of those balls as a stopper to try and still stay that end of the table for the 3, but Matt hasn't executed the jump. So Christian remembers getting 6 and out. Well, his 6 ball has gone. So he's got to get the 4 and the 5 and the 7 to take this match all the way. Well, this is just a little dink in to the corner, keep the cue ball that end of the table. Sees again, it's just poor execution of the shot and not knowing what to be doing with the cue ball there to hold that cue ball. I mean, that's a perfectly simple shot to play if you know what you're doing. But clearly Christian doesn't. And that's why, well, no sooner have I said that than well, players will find a way to get themselves into a whole heap of trouble. And Matt scratches and has given Christian his lifeline. Final rack decider, 3 ball on the break. No shot in the 1, but could duck for cover. This is a good safety. Well, he's played the bank, but he could easily have sent that 1 back that direction and down here. And this isn't getting to a rail. Well, I think Matt is going to have to get himself out here. because now it's the danger territory with all these extra money balls for Christian sitting on the table. And of course, absolutely no error required here. Or Matt is going over to join the rest of the big guns in the one loss side. Well, this should be over now. I mean, you just roll the 7 in, bump the 8 in so the cue ball comes out into the table slightly, and there is a result on the one loss side. Well, I don't know what's happened there, but Chimpy's forfeited to Larry. And MC Clarkey finally goes through in the final rack decider, 7 racks to 6. Christian moves over to the one loss side. So matches are rapidly rattling through here. We're an hour and 10 minutes into the tournament, and we've now got DJ Simon to play MC Clarkey. We've got Sergaresh waiting to play either Amy or Mimic. And on the one loss side, we've got Zangetsu playing Spectre Dawn at the moment. And Spectre Dawn is 2-0 up. Let's just dive into that one. Zangetsu at the table. And Zangetsu is getting a generous 6 and out. Has that got legs? I think it has. And look at where the 9 ball is. It's going to have to be a 2-4 combo, fairly straightforward. And the worst thing that's happened there is the 2 ball's gone in as well. And now he's hooked in the 3. Well, I mean, this will cut. And the only thing concerning Spectre Dawn is that he can see this 5 ball, wherever this cue ball finishes. And he can certainly see the 5, just enough of it. Now, I think he's got to stun between the 7 and 8 and come around the angles and out to play the 7-9 combo like that. That is the most obvious shot there that you could play. And it makes it very simple for a 3-0 lead. And remember, we're only on a race to 4 on the one loss side, so these matches go very rapidly one way or the other. And it's all over. I thought he was only in 2, but he was in 3. Everything's happening that quickly. I'm going at half speed here. What's Stubb rattling on about? I think he's on medication tonight. Look at this crap that he's typing. Somebody, I mean, I don't even understand that Stubbish tonight. Anyway, meanwhile, we've got the match between MC Clarkey and Simon underway. Sergresh still waiting on an opponent. Larry's waiting on an opponent, waiting on either Jezdev or Christian. And so we'll go in and join the MC Clarkey match with Simon. And Simon is getting a 7 ball. Now, again, little bit of inside English. He's got quite a bit on it. And he's got it perfectly executed. Well, he's odds on certainty here for the first rack. Yeah, I was convinced it was 2-0. So I was a rack behind all the way through that match. 6-ball, looked a couple of times, but eventually dropped. And no shot in the one. So again, here we go with the push out. Now with all these balls up the table there, Simon has got a perfectly good opportunity to get that cue ball back up there. Now if he cuts this one towards the 5, but in behind the 5 that way, and runs for cover up table, he can use those balls for cover, but in the end, he's played a nothing shot. You've got to look at the lay of the land before you commit yourself. Now, you had a perfectly good safety shot to send that one in behind the 5, down to here, thin it enough to bring the cue ball back down and amongst all this stuff up the top. So that was a poorly thought out safety. In fact, ended up nothing. And this will be a good one to get through the traffic. And that's perfect. I think he's on it. Absolutely plump. Now, where's the 4-ball going, though? Well, it goes past the 9, but only if you're good on it. It's tight. And he's doing his best to get as good a line as he can. Now, with this shot, you've just got to ignore the 9-ball, but the chances are you're going to clip it. But again, he's played it well. And this is a tough one. How do you get anywhere in the 7? Well, somewhere here might give you a cut in that 7. It's tight. But I think you can maybe just get to it. And that is, again, is as good a spot that you can be on to be able to play this 7-ball. That's exactly where you put it with your hand. That looked legal to me. And it is. So it's a good out from Matt. And it's going to be 2-0. So dry break. And DJ Simon with the 7-ball has a none too easy opening 1-ball. Running into the 4-ball as well, I think, or certainly close to it. And that might do him a favour if he actually pots this well. He's went for the bank. Had he played the cut, he may well have run into the 4, and that would have kept the cue ball down below the 2-ball. This is a delicate little shot. If he's trying to just... Well, he actually tried to play the pot. I thought he was going to try and just sneak in behind the 4-ball there. So Simon's got another quick bite at the cherry here. 3-ball is an issue. Well, it's even more of an issue now. Now, potting the 2-ball and trying to get as good a line as he can to play the combo. Again, he's not taking enough time setting himself up here. He's in too much of a hurry. You know, what's the point in having a shot clock if you're not going to use it? Just get yourself set, take that 2 or 3 seconds more to have a look at the line. Because what you'll be looking at in a minute or two is a 3-0 scoreline. Well, 6 ball again is tight from this side. So he's trying to come down the one line, but this is going to end up ugly. And Simon breathes again. Well, the 9 ball gets kicked in by the 6. What a shot. Look at that. Would you believe it? That's a sore one. And it is 3-0. Oh, this will be over as well quickly. Simon's having a bash here, and all he's done is set up a 1-9 combo. This is even more pain. Nope. Well, I'm surprised at that. I'm surprised he never had a go at the combo. Where's this cue ball finishing now? Well, thin cut into the side, and got to avoid the 8 ball, and he hasn't. Missed it in the way up, but hit it in the way back. But again, easy enough safety shot. Lock it right onto the 9. That's how you lock them up. Exactly like that. I mean, it could have been locked up tighter than that, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Looks as if he's lining up the pot here. Yeah, he's going all out for it. And, well, it's an easy enough jump. Shouldn't be any problem jacking up and jumping over that 3 ball at that distance. It'll definitely jump over the 3, but he's trying to just clip it, which he has done. I didn't think there was enough room to get the line to play that shot, but he played it well. Well, it is time Simon got a move on here to get himself into this match. So just the 6 and 7 required. Oh, 6 wipes at his feet. And a straight in 7 to get off the mark. Oh, 4 ball has gone into the side. And no shot in the 1. Now, Matt can I obviously play the shot or put Simon back in. and let Simon try and get it safe. Because Matt's had a go. He's got the 6 ball as a goalkeeper. But Matt trying to play the cut combo here. Again, played it well. So, loads of room on the right side to get to the 2. And he's overcooked that. Has he? Unbelievable. I mean, a huge gap to get on this 2 ball. And Christian has taken out Jesdev, 4 racks to 1 on one north side, and the cue ball's gone. So Simon is getting his chance to get back within 1. So 7 ball will do it. Two ball into the left corner. 5 ball hanging over the left corner. And, well, thin cutting the one into the side. But he's trying to get a lock up. And again, he's not got it. And it's an easy combo for MC Clarkey to get started. But he had to still be able to see that 1 ball. And it's again an easy hit. Well, that's not cutting in. But again, it's easy to get up the table. I don't think he's got cover again, though. This is certainly isn't by any means any sort of easy cut at the angle he's got there. I mean, the only worry he would have here is where he's hitting the 1 ball, and he might well just bank it onto the 6 and leave the 1 over the pocket. Well, not the 6, the 3. But no, he's played a perfectly good safety instead. But Simon hasn't picked a line. The middle pocket might have been in the way there. So Matt is ball in hand. Let's see if he can get out. Well, it's that time of night again. The old shutdown mode has kicked in. Big time. I've got severe yawning. I think he's done himself again here. Out with the old jump stick. The rescue cue. Oh, he's taking his eye off it. And he's gifted the rack to square the match for Simon. Well, now we've got a match on. I don't think anything went there. I didn't hear anything. It's dry. Straight away though, a shot for Matt to redeem himself. Again, an awkward angle. He certainly didn't play the snooker. I'm sure he was playing the pot. And that's going to be ball in hand. So now it's a little stun. I needed to get into that a wee bit more. He's just going to have to go probably 2 rails here. He's got right English on it to kick it around the angles. Again, he could have done with getting into that with a bit more juice. He's just under hitting these. And now he's got himself in a fair spot of bother here trying to cut this 5 and be able to see the 6 ball. Well, he can see it. Can he pot it? I mean, he could bank this. It's a good bank. This is a very good line for a bank. Is it going to hold up? Yes, it is. Well, the question to ask any of you guys that are still watching, when Steve came in earlier, had any of you guys actually forwarded your message to support prior to him coming in, or did you take his advice and then contact support? So he's got 12 people in at the moment and looking for probably another 4 or 6 people, I would imagine. So MC Clarkey with a slender 1 rack lead. Well, again, that's not a difficult jump. It might be a bit short for a jump though. The chances are you jump over the 1 ball. And the line is there past the 6 ball, I think, to get the kick from the side, the long rail, I think. But he's going 2 rails, possibly 3. And he's got to a rail, and that's a good hit. And I think Simon can certainly see it. Well, he's going for a daft 1-9 billiard. That was pushing the boat out. I mean, all the balls are there. He should have been trying to run the table there. Bear in mind he only needs up to the 7 ball. And that brush has locked up. Is that the 2 and the 3 there, I think? Well, I'm judging from the lack of responses from you guys in the chat that nobody's bothered their arse presume so. So Simon at the table. Now, this is just a dead weight cut and let the cue ball do its business. Now, that 6 ball hasn't got much of that pocket to go in. It's got half a pocket. And we're going to be all square. Well, the question is what I said. If you were here when Steve was in the chat, he was asking for more people to contact support for the league testing, and I was asking if any of you had taken his advice and done that after he had asked, or whether you'd already done it before he had asked. And I'm saying that nobody responded, so I have to assume that nobody bothered. Or them that were watching the stream have already sent in their request. Well, that 7 ball held the 3 this end of the table, and I think that's ended up a snooker. It certainly has done. Around the corner to find the line, gets the hit in the 3. Now he needs a bit of luck. Well, it could be easier than this. No, on the contrary, he said he doesn't. He said he's got 12 players, and he probably needs another 4 or 6 players so that he's got enough where whenever he sets the league night that there's enough going to show to actually have teams. Because out of those 16 people, if he gets 16 or 20, then he should be able to have enough on the night that he's intended to do it to actually get it tested. Because certain nights won't suit certain people, i.e. I'm one of them. And Christian has taken out Larry with his big handicap by 4 racks to 1. What was Christian getting? He was probably getting like 6 and out or something like that. Yes, he was. That's a tall order in a race to 4. What message? You're one of the team captains, according to the message. What message? Where did you read that? I must have missed the chat. In fact, you're not a captain until you set a team. Anybody's a captain, provided they're the one that sets the team, and then they can choose if they want to have a vice captain. So there's no captains set at the moment until first of all things up and running, and secondly until you know 2 or more people set up a team. check your VP4 messages. What's happening in this match at the moment? 5-4 to Matt at the table. 5 ball is awkward. 5 ball is really awkward because it doesn't go anywhere up the top of the table. What kind of miracles is Matt going to do here to have a shot in this 5 ball? Got to just try and get up behind it one way or another. I don't think there's many other options available. So get the cue ball running and try and get up on the top side of that 5. That won't work. So Matt gets the kick, but he doesn't get it safe. And Simon, golden opportunity to square the match. So just the 6 and 7 for a tied ball game. 5 racks all. Simon with the break in rack number 11. Cue ball. I missed it again.
Where's the cue ball going?
I wasn't quick enough. So 1-9 combo for Matt. He's looking at it. It's a long 1-9 combo. Was there ever a doubt? And it goes. Matt on the hill with the break. 8 ball goes in. Something went into the left side pocket. Cue ball. Oh, well. I think its last breath that it had kept it in the table. So, quite clearly, Simon has put Matt back in. And he's managed to find the angle around the corner behind the 1. And so that's backfired completely for Matt there. Plays the push out. What you don't want to do is play a push out where you leave it ugly for the guy coming in. He's only going to ever give it back to you. And Simon going for 3 fouls here. Right, I'll have a look at that message in a minute. Well, now Simon's in a dilemma because, the balls are wide open. He should be going for the run out here. The only thing that Simon has to deal with is the fact that his money ball has already gone. So he's got to clear all of these to square the match and go to a final rack decider. And that's going to end up ugly. So, trying to bail out with the jump cue again. Where's the 3 going? Into the side pocket. And a good angle. Well, I thought he was on the 5. I forgot about the 4 on the side rail. That's not a good angle. But, well, this will cut. Cue ball's running all over the shop here. Oh, that middle pocket I think has done him a favour. Well, maybe too much of a favour because it's now gone into a really awkward spot. The angle's not great at all. And he's trying to get the spin to go. He might be unlucky again here. That is extremely unlucky. But it's one of them. Well, he'll settle for that because at least Simon's got to pull off a shot here to get this 6 ball away. And it's a good cut. Cue ball stays in the table. And we're going all the way. So Simon breaking off in the 13th and deciding rack. 3 ball goes in. And I think he's got a shot in the 1. He certainly has. And just a little draw and bump into the 6 if he can here. And again, the angle is fine because you just need to pot the 2. The cue ball doesn't want to finish on the other side of the 8, which it hasn't done. 5 over the side. This match is over. At least it should be. Well, you cut it into the side, the cue ball running. If you take it up top, you've got to get the cue ball back to a decent line in the 7th. Well, he stunned it, but he should still be fine. This for the match. And then it goes. So Simon marches on with a 7-rack win against MC Clarkey. Now, back to the bracket. And Simon is through to play Mimic. And it looks like Mimic is going to be getting 5 and out against Simon. Something along those lines. Right, what I'll do is I'll go to my messages. Where are we? Wrong one. League testing. Let's see what it says. Recipients: Sylvia, Chimpy, Fuzzy Dunlop, 9ball.com, Brain Fill Out, Semi Pro, Popman, Wit, Redback, DJ Simon, and Travelling TT. We are ready to start testing pool leagues. The first run will be short and hopefully sweet. It will consist of 1 night of normal league play and 1 night of a playoff. Blah blah blah. The races will be 3-ball and short, with the idea we are going to complete a league and playoffs with minimal effort. What I need from everyone is availability, time being the most important, and days that you can't play. I'm assuming we will do something evening in Europe since most of our testers are there. Please respond with time and day availability. Well, I didn't tell him in the what do you call it, in the message that I sent. I told him in the stream. Tuesday night or Wednesday night is not a problem for me. Everyone, please read the frequently asked questions so you have a basic understanding of how the leagues work. We hopefully will do 3 teams of 3 players. It is also good to have an extra player just in case someone can't make it. So plan on 4 players on your team, with 1 being a reserve. Sylvia will be a captain of 1 team, Hugh another, and Semi-Pro the third. The captains will invite the players from the above copied or any other player you can get to test. I'm not going to explain how the team manager works other than what is in the frequently asked questions. This way we find out if the manager is easy to use. You can message questions if there are issues. As soon as I hear back from the players on this message, I will set up a league. There will be a payment. Will reimburse all tester plus some when testing is complete. Thanks for your participation. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, he said 12, so I presume Steve's including himself in that. Where the hell am I going here? That's where I'm going. Right. Well, I better send him a message anyway, because he'll have forgotten what days I've said. Tuesday night, Wednesday night, I'm fine. I mean, it depends what time of night it starts. And if it's only 3 ball, it's not going to take that long to bash 3 ball matches together. I mean, they'll be over really quickly, so they will. Anyway, back to what we're here for. Friday night 9 ball, and quick reminder: we've got DJ Simon in the hot seat match with Mimic, who is getting 7 and out. I don't think I've ever seen this Mimic play. We'll find out where they're from in a minute. Meanwhile, on the one lost side, we've got Christian and Sergaresh. They're going at it at the moment. Christian, again with 5 and out, is already 1-0 up. MC Clarkey is waiting on the winner of the match between Spectre Dawn and Sylvia, and Spectre Dawn is 3-1 up at the moment. Quick look into that. Oh, am I muted again? How long was I muted? Well, the only thing to do is that anybody that's in that list that was there, it's worthwhile mentioning it to anybody that you see and say, look, if you want to do the testing, tell them to do what I've done. You just go to the support page, tell them to go down to the contact button, hit the button. It's already gone through to support. Type in the subject VP4 leagues. Type in that you're available to do it, but more importantly, put in the days that you're available or the evenings that you're available, depending on what time zone you're in. It might be worthwhile putting that in, and then you'll be on the list either as a player or as a possible reserve, just in case. They'll probably need a few more reserves. I mean, it's only 3-ball, so matches in 3-ball will batter through really, really quickly, and that way you can get the whole thing tested quickly. So it's not going to take up that much of the time. I mean, even on my nights where I'm not in my days off, I still might be able to do it, depending on when it starts. If it started at 7 p.m. at night, I could probably get away with it. It wouldn't take much more than a couple of hours, if any. Yeah, I'm muted again. Well, what I was saying there is it looks as if Matt has gone. He's not in the lobby, and I think he's called it a night. Right, let's have a look and see where this Mimic person, well, according to that, it's a UK. And with a name like Mimic, it could be somebody under a different name. Again, let's see. How long have they been in VP4? Well, just since January this year, by the look of it. So that match will time out. Spectre Dawn will go through by the look of it. And one of these players is going to head over to join them in the one loss side. Is it? Mark, are you still there, or are you going to bed? Because it's very quiet. I think Mark's gone for the night. Ah, right. I was playing. I've got PGA 21, the golf game, right? And obviously, this game has been out for a little while now. What, coming up in probably a couple of years, maybe not as much as that. But I got it at a bargain price, and I've been playing it. And I've got my original golf character back, young Tom Morris, and I'm in the Corn Ferry Tour, and I won 2 tournaments. And I mean, this just shows you, this is a company who originally had the 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 Golf 19, and then they had the PGA version of it, and then 2K21 took them over effectively, and still have them designing the game. But this just shows you what happens to games when games are just put out there and they're not properly finished. I'll tell you why. Because as I say, I won 2 events, and I've played 5 events on the Corn Ferry Tour. And if you can win 3 events, you automatically qualify for the PGA Tour properly. So in my last event, the 5th event that I played, I'm in the 6th one at the moment, but in the 5th event that I played, then all the bugs start to come in. And all the bugs are to do with the commentary. It's ridiculous. I had a disastrous first round on this course that I was playing. I can't remember, I think it was called the House on the Hill course. Bloody difficult course. It's set along the shoreline. The greens are like little dartboards. The greens were fast. I mean, these greens, some of them are like Augusta. You roll it to the hole and it misses a hole, but it goes by the hole, and then the bloody thing rolls off the green. So within that first round, I had. I'll get to the point in a minute, but I'm explaining how I ended up there. I ended up with, I think, I had a triple bogey, and then I had a double bogey, and I was like 12 over par in my first round. I think I had a can't remember what I had, but anyway. And then in the second round, I think I got a 68 or something. So I started calling back. But to cut a long story short, I was about 100. I was actually the bottom of the field in the second round, and I'm trying to make the cut, and I made the cut. 5 over par was the cut. So I made the cut, and then when it got to the third round, the commentator started saying things like, "Oh, that's a great putt. This putt here will take him into the top 10." But I was sitting like 59th in the bloody leaderboard, and the commentators were saying, "This will take him into the top 5 now." Crap like that. And I can't believe that game's been out this long and people haven't fed that back to them, and they haven't. And what's more, they haven't done anything to bloody well fix it. It's so annoying. Anyway, in the 6th tournament that I played today, I played my first round and I went round in a 63. Much easier course it was, I have to say. But it's just, it's just like Tiger Woods. So it is. But dodgy commentary. The way it doesn't, the commentary doesn't link up with how things are happening, especially if you're way down the field. They just start saying stupid things that bear no resemblance to where you are in the leaderboard. Well, there we go. As expected, Spectre Dawn has been advanced. Matt looks as if he's gone to bed and had enough for the night. And surprisingly, we're only just over 2 hours into the tournament. Yes, it's true swing. Yeah. Yeah, I think you can have the different types of swing that you want, but yes, you can use the true swing. Sliding the mouse backward and forward against a straight edge. I've got a perfect mouse for that, by the way. It's absolutely square. Cheap little mouse that I spent like £3 or £4 for in one of the pound shops. I don't know how long ago I got that. That was years ago, but it still does the trick for the golf game. The only thing is that they don't have the rights to Augusta in this version. If you're looking for Augusta, you have to trawl through all the bloody man-made courses to try and find something like that. I found one. One of the guys in a video on YouTube, he said, "Oh, this is the course you have to look for." Well, I went and looked for this course. I found what I thought was a course, and it was absolutely nothing like Augusta. So I just quit midway through it. Oh dear. Oh, suddenly my shortcut keys aren't working. Wait a minute. Better late than never. My numlock button had gone off. And Sergeresh has managed to survive Christian with his 6 and out or something like that they had. And Sergeresh wins the final rack decider. And meanwhile, DJ Simon is 4-3 up at the table and trying to dink the 9 in. And now he's going to pay the price, possibly. This is tricky. It needs a feather edge of that 3 ball. A real feather edge of the 3. Like that. My little extension had come undone there in my headset. I'm sure you can get PGA 21 for a cheap price on a lot of the websites. I mean, it does not cost a lot of money. I know that. I got it. I think I must have paid like £9 for it or something. Because you'll always get good sales on CD keys. I get a lot of my games. Well, the ones that I'm buying, that is. Oh, by the way, here's another thing. I tested that. I downloaded and tested Cricket 21. It's got a good tutorial in it. That's the one thing that it's made by that Australian company who've got the rights to the cricket. And they've obviously listened to people's complaints because they've got a very good tutorial in it now, and it's actually quite enjoyable to play. So as the actual controls for bowling and the timing of the bowling and everything are vastly improved. I downloaded and tried that game, the previous version that came out, and it was bloody horrible, but it is far, far better now. Well, this is as easy an out as ever you're going to get. And all of a sudden it's 5 racks all. Yeah, one of the best websites to get your games off when they're on offer is CD Keys. I've got an account with them. I've had an account with them for a while. Instant Gaming's another one. It's usually those two websites that I go to look to see who's got the best deal. You'll usually always get a much better price than you'd ever get of thinking of buying something off Steam. In fact, I can't remember the last time I bought anything off Steam. Directly off Steam without buying the actual the game code off CD Keys or Instant Gaming. Slim, if you're still there, good evening. Why aren't you in the Virtual Pool 4 Leagues testing? It's 3-ball, that's the game that you love. It's going to be 3-ball testing, and Steve needs more people to contact the support button, tell the times that you'd be available, so that we can have enough players to have backup players to test if others can't be available. So you might as well stick your name in, because you're around to play the 3-ball tournament quite a lot of the time. And if you need me to show you how to contact support again, I'll do it. Yes, it is. Well, he's got a dozen names at the moment. He needs more so that we can have 3 teams, and at least a backup player for each team. Maybe more than one backup player. And the sooner he gets enough people, the sooner we can get it tested. It won't take long though when it's only 3-ball. It's just to get the matches over and get results in to see everything that actually it works out properly. So, Mimic is on the hill, but well, that's weird. I couldn't get it tabbed back to the game screen there. Yeah, just when you message support, you hit that support tab up top, and then hit the support button down the right side. Just type in the days and hours that you're available. That's all Steve needs to know. And apparently, I'm a team captain. I never asked to be, but apparently, I am one. Is that you going for the night, Mark? Mark's left the room. I think he's left the building. It's well past his bedtime. So this is another match going hill. Simon with a break. It's also getting past Simon's bedtime as well. Well, I'll be inviting you regardless, Slim. I was hoping we'd get Stubb in to do some testing, but obviously he's not interested. In fact, knowing Stubby probably doesn't even know the leagues are coming up. He won't be interested in it in the slightest, I don't think. And of course, you're having obviously to pay V dollars for each fixture that you play. But according to Steve, those V dollars will be reimbursed to you anyway. I mean, it'll be like something like what, $10 a match or something daft like that. And then he wants to do the playoffs as well. You could do that all in one night. It's like one solid night's testing and that's it done. Well, that needs a kiss off the 4, and it has done. Well, that could come in handy for Simon, because Mimic isn't jumping this. Not in a blue moon, not in a month of Sundays. Never. This'll prove me wrong. So Simon, with ball in hand, has to really get up the table here on this left side. Well, missing the 5 has done him a favour, because that's got him right on the spot on this 4 ball to take out this match. Now the danger is, of course, that it's 7 and out for Mimic. So all of these balls are his money balls. Simon's a wee bit straight in the 7. And now it's cut the 8 and across the table he's banked it. And he's got there. Oh, I think Simon tried his best there to lose the rack. But he goes through. So Simon, DJ Simon that is into tonight's final, and he's now going to have a wait. And I don't know whether he's going to be prepared. I'll say that again. I don't know whether he's going to be prepared to hang around, because Mimic moves over to the one lost side, and then of course he has to wait on this match with Spectre Dawn and Sergaresh, which is at what's that, 2-1 or 3-1 to Spectre Dawn at the moment. It might be over the time we get in the room. Yep, Spectre Dawn is hot favourite here, and he will be hot favourite to get through to the final. Mimi. It's Mimic. Is it not meant to be a C, Ant? Oh, it is Mimi. I can't read it. That's one of those less than symbols. It looks like a C to me. I thought that was maybe what the name was meant to be. Mimic. Me. So, Mark, do you think Simon's going to hang around for the final? I think he'll go to bed. Well, that's it. I turned to look at the chat and the match is over. Spectre Dawn is through to play Mimi. Die Hard. There's another name I've never seen. Aspect. I mean, he's from Turkey. Of course. There's another name I've never seen. Borek. Never seen that name. Freddy 960. Never seen that name. There's like 3 people I've never seen before in VP4. There's another name I've never seen. That one. Lelyric. Never seen that one. I've never seen Mad Chef. Monkey CBR. Never seen that one. And I've never seen Sam Murray. Where are all these people coming from? And who are they? And are they all changing their names? I've never seen Yasser. That one. That's another one from Turkey. Well, both of the guys must be in the same room. They're 2 Turks in the game. I don't know where the other one went to. And then there's another name I've never seen. Ispansky. That's like half a dozen names I've never seen. There's another 3 I've never seen. Miguel. Pac-Man. Never seen that one. Thundermaster, never seen that one. These are people that have all turned up out of the blue. Never seen any of them before. Anyway, we'll go in now. Right, Mimi is there in the room. Spectre Dawn has probably gone to the bathroom. In fact, where is Spectre Dawn? Yeah, he's down in away mode at the moment. So we'll get in. I started out with Stubbish. I'm sure Steve will like that in the message to support. I hear you need more victims. So, Spectre Dawn has won the lag, and Mimic is getting 5 and out, which again, regardless of what level of player they are, that is extremely dangerous for Spectre Dawn. All sorts of crazy stuff could happen here. Now again, for any latecomers, if I can find the right button that is, while Spectre Dawn finishes this first rack, let's see if I can find the right button. A reminder that we've got the matches coming up at the weekend for the VP4 2022 Black Ball World Championship. We've got the one lost side match tomorrow night at 7 PM British Summer Time. That'll be 2 PM Eastern Standard Time, 11 AM Pacific. The match between Larry from the USA and Semi-Pro from the United Kingdom. And to follow that over the weekend on Sunday, early evening, 6:30 PM British Summer Time. 1:30 PM Eastern and sort of 10:30 a.m. Pacific, we have the hot seat match between Albinario and Cobra in a race to 13. Larry in semi-pro is a race to 11. I hope you can join us. If you can't, remember you can always watch the rerun on YouTube. But there should be two good matches. So Spectre Dawn has completed the first rack. And Mimic with the 5 and out hasn't had a sniff yet. And might not get a sniff either. And no sooner have I said that than Spectre Dawn hangs the 2 ball. Now, is Mimic going to be good enough to pot the 2, get out onto the 3, and get onto this 4 somehow or other? Because the 4, I think, is into the side. There's a bit of a cutback now. And I don't know what they played there. But they'll take the end result. But the 5 ball is going nowhere other than a 5-9 combo at the moment. And Mimic, I don't think, can miss that 7 ball, or can they? Yes, they can. Well, it's in good enough shape to try the combo. But at least they've left it reasonably safe. And this, if it's going to be a bank, it's going to have to be made. It's not in a line for a bank. But it's played very well by Spectre Dawn. Good angle in this 6 to draw back for the 7. And probably just draw back again, I would imagine, just to drop the 8 ball into the side. And wants to brush past that 9 ball if he can. In fact, the angle he's got now, he's going to take this up top because the cue ball just runs in the right direction to come out for a nice line in the 9. That was perfect. Couldn't have ended up in a better line on that 8 ball. So Mimic had a chance there, but it very quickly came and went. Good evening to Bedhead. Bedhead, you're another one. Steve has sent out messages to all those that have said they'd be available for testing. Your name wasn't on the list, so you obviously haven't sent in, you haven't contacted support to say that you'd be interested in helping with the testing. It's going to be 3 ball. He needs more participants so that we can have enough players to do this league night. 3 ball will be very quick. He wants to do the league and then also do the playoffs. It won't take long, and all you have to do is contact support and say what hours you'd be available. What sort of time of day your time would be suitable, just so he knows he's got enough people and also got reserves as and when required. Unfortunately, it's not going to be one pocket league testing. So this is a fairly a fairly easy kick for that 2 ball, but Mimic, no real idea where the line was to play that shot. Well, what I'll do is seeing as both of you guys are here, I presume Slim's still there. I'll just show you the message again. That's the message that Steve sent out. So he sent it out to all the people that have contacted him so far. He's got 12. That's 11 people plus himself. He sent it out to Sylvia, Chimpy, Fuzzy Dunlop, myself, Brainful Out, Semi-Pro, Popman, Wit, Redback, DJ Simon, Travelling TT, and he says that he's ready to start testing the pool leagues. The first run will be short and hopefully sweet. It will consist of one night of normal league play and one night of a playoff. The races will be 3 ball and short, with the idea we are going to complete a league and playoffs with minimal effort. What I need from everyone is availability, time being the most important, and then the days that you can't play. I'm assuming we will do something evening in Europe. Since most of our testers are there, please respond with time and day availability. Everyone should read the FAQs so you have a basic understanding of how leagues work, which is on the FAQ page down the left hand side. We hopefully will do 3 teams of 3 players. It is also good to have an extra player just in case someone can't make it, so plan on 4 players on your team, with 1 being a reserve. Sylvia will be a captain of 1 team, Hugh, myself on another, and Semi-Pro the third. Captains will invite the players from the above copied or any other player you can get to test. I'm not going to explain how the team manager works other than what is in the frequently asked questions. This way we find out if the manager is easy to use. You can message questions if there are issues. As soon as I hear back from the players on this message, I will set up a league. There will be a payment. We will reimburse all testers plus some when testing is complete. And meanwhile, Spectre Dawn's match is complete. It's a 4-0 win for Spectre Dawn. And so Spectre Dawn moves through. If we can get the bracket up, we will see. To play DJ Simon in the final. And that's, again, I mean, that's excellent time, and that's only 2.5 hours. We're just gone 9:30, and we're already at the final. So it's a race to 9. DJ Simon's already in, and DJ Simon will be getting like maybe the 7 ball, I would guess. Something along those lines again. No, he doesn't have enough people. We've only got 12. We need at least 2 or 3 more as backups. The more there is, the more it's going to be easier to get teams together on that specific night. I'm guessing he would like another 4 or 6 people if he could get them. Because the thing is out of those 11 people that are there, including Steve, half of them might not be on that night. That's the problem. Oh dear. It's definitely beddy bye time, folks. Right, time for a little musical interlude, I think. Right, here we go. We're lagging off for the break for tonight's Friday Night 9-ball final. DJ Simon at the bottom of the screen, and Spectre Dawn. I don't know what he's done there, but that's the worst lag I've seen in a while. So DJ Simon is getting the 5-ball. Again, that is extremely generous. And Simon has certainly got 1 ball in the break. 2 balls have gone. The 6 and 7 have gone. He's plumb on the 1 ball. Good angle to get down for the 2, unless he hooks himself on behind that 5. Oh, nice little brush off the 5. But that 5 ball, let's have a quick look. Well, it's not on the rail. So this is the crucial one, and Simon's taking his eye off the ball, and that's his chance come and gone. Can't be doing that, mind you. Even if he'd potted the 4, look where the cue ball was, nowhere near on the 5 ball. So Spectre Dawn let off the hook there by DJ Simon. Poorly played 4 ball, and when you get that chance, you've just got to take it. Spectre Dawn now in control with the break in rack number 2. Gets, again, this time the 8 ball in the break, sitting nicely in the 1. Well, he's running slightly away, but it shouldn't be a problem to hold for the 2.
Don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.
Where's the cue ball going?
Just testing everything's working. Well, this is a little bit tricky in getting from the 5 and having a shot in the 6. That's the one thing that could save Simon in this rack. Yeah, he was just trying to get right behind the 6, which he did. But Simon has been reprieved. So this to square it up. But that was any fraction more and that wasn't going in. And that might be dry. Spectrodon has to avoid running into that 4 ball up top. He's got to try and find a path back down the table. And he's trying to go behind the 4 by the look of it. But I don't know whether he can get enough. Well, he certainly can get enough of the 1 ball. But I'm looking to try and see what he's doing with this cue ball. He's going, well, he doesn't think he can get to the potting angle of it. Shows you what my eyes can see. Well, the 2 certainly cuts. It'd be handy if he could run into the 6 ball. But not so handy if it leaves you like that. Well, it's far easier kicking this off 2 rails than trying to jump the 5. But he has done, and he's got it. Good shot. It needs to slow up, and that's plumb on the 5. So very quickly, DJ Simon into a 2 racks to 1 lead. At least a couple of balls in the break. But no shot in the 1. Now, got to get clever with this push out here. Certainly got to be down in this corner, I would think. This looks good. This looks very good. Excellent. Not a difficult jump, of course. But just got to hope you get lucky. And he's left nothing easy. And once again, Simon could go for cover here if he wants. Now he's got to get it behind that 7 though. He hasn't done. And this will just be a dead weight little cut into the corner to hold for a shot in the 2, I think. Trying to stop the cue ball leaking away. Well, he's certainly got enough angle to get across for the cut in the 6. It's not a problem. You don't have to think about the cue ball. You just have to pot the object ball, and the cue ball does the rest with the natural path it's going to take. Now needs an angle. Well, he's got it. He might be leaving this 9 ball long though, rather than risking a big stun. No, well, he's played the shot to get that cue ball closer to the 9. Back all square. Spectre Dawn looking to build up a lead, but always dangerous facing up to this this 5 ball money ball. And talking of the 5 ball, it's gone in on the break, I think. Or was that the 3? Yes, it was a 3. Now, can he get enough of the edge in that one to pot this? Let's have a look from this side. Yes, he can. Oh, that little nudge in the 2, I don't think's done a great deal of harm. The only problem being where the 4 ball sat. Well, I think he's got to punch this in and try and come around behind the 9. Is he trying to hold for it up the table? I think that's well, he's leaving it really tough. He could have punched that in and come around behind the 9 and get up the table for this 4. It wasn't an easy shot, but you know, when you're leaving yourself that sort of cut at that angle, this middle pocket always comes into play, and that's what's happened there. Okay, he hasn't left anything easy for Simon. Now Simon's going to have a pop at this 4 ball onto the 5. Played it well. Excellent shot.